If you think education is expensive, try dealing with ignorance. It's a well-known phrase that means investing in education can be expensive in time and money. However, ignorance in the long run is even more costly because it will condemn your financial and personal future to permanent failure, depriving you of knowledge and opportunities to achieve financial success throughout your life. If you want to avoid this, educate yourself financially. Today, we will see the 205 most powerful financial education tips according to Warren Buffett. Are you ready? Let's get started. 1. Cultivate a mindset conducive to financial success. It's no coincidence that we start by cultivating your mindset, because it all starts there. If you want to develop your financial capacity, you need to direct your mindset towards money and success. You need to eradicate from your mind ideas like, the rich are bad, money doesn't bring happiness, or money is the root of all evil. All people who have accumulated wealth have developed a positive mindset that has allowed them to overcome the obstacles that have arisen. The path to financial success is paved with constant failures, so you must develop the ability to learn and overcome them in order to move on. If you become victorious at the first hurdle without realizing it, you will be walking away from the opportunity to improve and develop financially. There is no successful person who has never failed and never will be. 2. Set financial goals and evaluate them constantly. This is one of the most important tips, as it will allow you to establish the route to follow and how to measure your progress in financial development to correct, if necessary, the course to achieve your goals. Make sure you set specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound financial goals. Avoid generic goals or objectives like, I want to spend less this year, or I must pay off my debts. Instead, set them more specifically. For example, I will pay off $1,000 of debt over a 12-month period, or I will save $500 per month. To get a clearer picture of your financial situation, you should identify and classify your expenses. Your fixed expenses would be food, health, transportation, education, and your variable expenses, your subscriptions, meals out, travel, and non-essential purchases. Make sure you have everything very clear and identified, as this will allow you to control where you are losing money. It is recommended, according to the 50-30-20 rule, to allocate 50% of your income to your fixed expenses, 30% to variables, and the remaining 20% to your savings. Having this record will allow you, in critical situations, to make the necessary adjustments and expense reductions to face them. You will also be able to identify which expenses you can do without, thus improving the use of your money. 4. Make your budget and stick to it. We always hear about the need to make a budget, but we often neglect it. However, it is a financial mistake that can cost us dearly, because without it, we cannot know how we are using our money. Surely you've heard the phrase, I don't know where my money goes. But with a budget, you will. Taking control of your money through a budget will allow you to allocate the amounts appropriate to your situation and make the necessary adjustments if you are overspending. By making your budget, you will be able to allocate your money according to the financial goals you have set, and it will be very useful to align your resources with the achievement of your goals. But be sure to make a realistic budget, otherwise you may get frustrated for not being able to fulfill it. 5. Have a savings plan. It is common to say, pay yourself first, and it is perhaps one of the most impactful pieces of advice in your financial situation, but many people do not take it into account. Whenever you receive an income, pay yourself first, and only with what is left over, allocate it to your expenses. Saving is the essential first step for any financial undertaking, especially if you want to invest later. The first step is to develop your savings capacity. Unfortunately, very few people have this habit, which prevents them from having the capital to start any venture or invest. There are many saving strategies, but in general, it is recommended that you save between 10% and 20% of your income. Take into account that this must be adapted to each particular situation. For example, if your financial situation is not the best, you could start with 5% and gradually increase. The important thing is to start cultivating this habit. 6. Create and maintain an emergency fund. Unexpected situations can always arise, such as job loss or an urgent expense, so it is necessary to maintain an emergency fund that allows you to face this type of situation without affecting your budget or your income. Its importance lies precisely in this, so that unforeseen situations do not affect your expenses and the money you allocate for your income. Although it depends on the specific situation of each person, In general, it is recommended to have an emergency fund equivalent to at least 3 to 6 months of your fixed expenses. Make sure this fund is easily accessible and not invested in risky assets. If you need to use it, liquidity will be essential. 7. Get rid of debt. Debt is an obstacle to achieving financial freedom. So once you have an emergency fund, it's time to get rid of it. It is important to pay off your debts as quickly as possible, especially those with high interest rates. To do this, it is recommended to start by paying off those with the highest interest rate first. There are several strategies for paying off debt. The most common is the snowball strategy, which consists of paying off the smaller debts first and then focusing on the larger ones. Regardless of the strategy you choose, the important thing is to maintain focus and discipline. Remember that every payment you make brings you closer to financial freedom. 8. Develop multiple sources of income. Passive income is the key to financial independence, so it is important to diversify your sources of income and not rely on just one source. There are many ways to generate passive income, such as investing in stocks, mutual funds, rental properties, or creating an online business. The important thing is to find one that fits your risk profile and that you can maintain over the long term. Although it can be difficult at first, having multiple sources of income will give you more financial freedom and allow you to reach your goals faster. 9. Invest in your financial education. Financial education is the key to financial success, so it is important to invest in your own financial education. There are many resources available, such as books, online courses, seminars, and podcasts. The important thing is to find the ones that best suit your learning style and that you can apply in your daily life. Remember that financial education is an ongoing process and that you can always learn something new. So don't settle for what you already know, but continue to seek out new information and learning opportunities. 10. Pay attention to your spending habits. Our spending habits have a big impact on our financial situation, so it's important to pay attention to them and identify those that are hurting our finances. For example, if you have a habit of impulse buying, you may be spending more than you should. Similarly, if you tend to dine out often, you may be spending more than you should at restaurants. The important thing is to identify these habits and replace them with financially healthier ones. For example, instead of dining out, you can cook at home, which is usually cheaper. 11. Protect yourself from financial risks. There are many financial risks that can affect your financial situation, such as job loss, illness, or death. Therefore, it is important to protect yourself against these risks so that they do not affect your finances. For example, you can purchase life insurance, which will protect your family in the event of premature death. Similarly, you can purchase health insurance, which will cover your medical expenses in the event of illness or accident. The important thing is to assess the risks to which you are exposed and take the necessary measures to protect your finances against them. 12. Plan for your retirement. Retirement is one of the most important phases of life, but it is often neglected. Therefore, it is important to plan ahead so that you can enjoy a comfortable and worry-free retirement. There are many ways to plan for your retirement, such as contributing to a private pension plan or investing in a supplementary pension plan. The important thing is to start planning for your retirement as early as possible so that you have time to accumulate the necessary resources. Remember, the sooner you start planning for your retirement, the easier it will be to achieve your financial goals. 13. Stay up to date on the financial market. The financial market is dynamic and constantly changing, so it is important to stay up to date on trends and developments that can affect your financial situation. For example, if you are investing in stocks, it is important to follow the performance of the stock market and the news that can affect stock prices. Similarly, if you are investing in real estate, it is important to be aware of real estate market trends and changes in interest rates. The important thing is to stay informed and make informed decisions based on the information available. 14. Avoid making impulsive financial decisions. Impulsive financial decisions can have serious consequences for your financial situation, so it's important to avoid them and make informed decisions based on careful analysis. For example, if you are thinking of making a large investment, it is important to weigh the pros and cons and consider the impact it will have on your finances in the long run. Similarly, if you are thinking of making a large purchase, it is important to assess whether you really need it and whether you can afford it without compromising your finances. The important thing is not to make hasty decisions and think carefully before acting. 15. Know when to ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. If you are facing financial difficulties or are unsure how to proceed in a particular situation, it is important to seek guidance from a financial professional. For example, if you're in debt, you can seek advice from a financial advisor to help you develop a plan to get out of debt. Similarly, if you are thinking of investing, you can seek advice from a financial advisor to help you make informed decisions about where to invest your money. The important thing is to recognize when you need help and not be afraid to ask. 16. Practice gratitude. Gratitude has the power to transform our lives and our finances, so it is important to practice it daily and cultivate an attitude of gratitude towards life and our finances. For example, instead of complaining about what you don't have, focus on what you do have and be grateful for it. Similarly, instead of comparing yourself to others and feeling dissatisfied with your financial situation, focus on your own accomplishments and be grateful for them. The important thing is to cultivate an attitude of gratitude towards life and our finances, as this will help us achieve true peace and happiness. 17. Maintain a growth mindset. A growth mindset is essential to achieving financial success. This means being open to learning, growing, and adapting to change, rather than seeing challenges as insurmountable obstacles. See them as opportunities for learning and growth. Be willing to step outside of your comfort zone and try new things, even if it means making mistakes along the way. Remember that financial success does not happen overnight and requires patience, persistence, and a mindset of continuous growth. 18. Create clear financial goals. Having clear financial goals is essential to staying focused and motivated throughout the journey to financial independence. Set specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound financial goals, known as SMART goals. For example, set goals to save a certain amount of money, pay off all your debts, or achieve a certain monthly passive income. Break down your goals into short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals and track your progress regularly to ensure you are on track to achieve them. 19. Be patient and persistent. The path to financial independence can be long and challenging, and it is important to have patience and persistence along the way. Don't expect to see immediate results and be prepared to face setbacks and challenges along the way. Remember that financial success is a journey, not a destination, and it takes time, effort, and dedication to achieve it. Stay focused on your goals, learn from your mistakes, and keep moving forward, even when things seem difficult. With patience and persistence, you will eventually achieve your financial goals and enjoy the financial freedom you so desire. 20. Share your financial journey with others. Sharing your financial journey with others can be incredibly motivating and inspiring, both for you and those around you. Talk to friends, family, or colleagues about your financial goals, challenges, and successes, and seek support and encouragement when needed. You may also consider joining online groups or communities dedicated to financial success, where you can share experiences, ideas, and resources with other people who are on a similar journey. Also, remember that sharing your financial journey with others is not just about receiving support, but also about offering support and inspiration to others who may be facing similar challenges. By helping others, you will also be strengthening your own financial journey and contributing to a financially healthier and more sustainable world. 21. Invest in financial education. Investing in your own financial education is one of the best decisions you can make to ensure long-term financial success. Take the time to learn about basic personal finance concepts such as budgeting, saving, investing, and debt management. There are many resources available to help you increase your financial literacy, including books, online courses, podcasts, videos, and blogs specializing in personal finance. Seek to learn from trusted and experienced experts in the field and be open to exploring different strategies and approaches to managing your finances effectively. The more you learn about personal finance, the more empowered you will be to make informed and strategic financial decisions that will help you achieve your financial goals and build wealth over time. 22. Practice gratitude and generosity. Practicing gratitude and generosity can have a significant impact on your financial health and overall well-being. Cultivating a mindset of gratitude can help you appreciate what you have, rather than focusing on what is missing, which can lead to greater life satisfaction and less need to seek happiness through overconsumption. Furthermore, being generous with others can bring a sense of accomplishment and purpose that goes beyond material possessions. This does not necessarily mean donating large sums of money, but rather finding ways to share your time, talent, and resources with others in a meaningful and impactful way. By practicing gratitude and generosity, you can develop a healthier relationship with money, cultivate stronger relationships, and build a solid foundation for lasting financial success and well-being. 23. Maintain a balance between work and personal life. It is crucial to find a healthy balance between work and personal life to ensure not only financial success, but also overall well-being. Often, the exclusive focus on work can lead to burnout, stress, and dissatisfaction, which can harm your physical, mental, and emotional health. Prioritize time for activities and relationships that are important to you outside of work, such as spending time with family and friends, hobbies, exercise, and moments of relaxation and recharging. By doing so, you can reduce stress, increase your happiness, and improve your quality of life. Also, remember that financial success should not come at the expense of your personal well-being. Find a balance that works for you, where you can achieve your financial goals without sacrificing your health and happiness in the process. 24. Stay up to date on market trends and changes. To be financially successful in the long run, it is important to stay up to date on trends and changes in the financial and economic market. This includes following the news, reading specialized publications, attending industry events, and engaging in relevant communities and networks. By being aware of market changes, you can make more informed and strategic financial decisions that will help you seize opportunities and avoid pitfalls. Also, staying on top of emerging trends can help you identify new sources of income opportunities. Be open to learning and adapting to market changes, and don't be afraid to seek professional guidance when needed. The more informed and prepared you are, the better positioned you will be to achieve financial success and thrive in an ever-evolving economic environment. 25. Maintain a growth mindset and resilience. Finally, to achieve financial success and build wealth over time, it is essential to cultivate a growth mindset and resilience. This means being open to challenges and learning opportunities, and being willing to adapt and grow with the experiences life throws your way. Understand that the path to financial success may not be linear, and that there will be ups and downs along the way. However, it is your ability to bounce back and learn from challenges that will determine your ability to achieve your long-term financial goals. Stay motivated and focused on your goals, even when faced with obstacles, and be willing to adjust your approach as needed to overcome challenges and seize opportunities. With a growth mindset and resilience, you will be well equipped to face the ups and downs of your financial journey and build the life you want for yourself and your loved ones. I hope these additional tips can be helpful to you on your journey towards financial success and overall well-being. If this video was helpful to your life, share it on WhatsApp with a friend or family member. Also, leave your comments saying what you thought of the video, and don't forget to like the video. Until the next